welcome back. Today is Wednesday, March 11th. This is episode 135 of NooBTooB, a weekly independent podcast where my wingman Goose and I feel the need for speed.
Dude, stop calling my Goose. You can see right on the screen. It's stabbing face.
Oh, come on, man. You can be my wingman anytime.
Dude, this is not Top Gun. This is Tom Clancy. HAWX. They're not even related to each other. The only thing they have is planes.
Yeah. All right, enough with all that. Why don't we take our shirts off and get all greased up and play some volleyball? Unless you've lost that love and feeling.
You have lost your goddamn mind. I'm Yuzo Watanabe.
And I'm Iceman. No way, I'm Tobin Kozire. And this week we're talking about Eat Lead. The return of Max Hazard, Tom Clancy's HAWX, and the bang, fuck, I'm dead. And the demos for Watchmen and the Chronicles of Riddick.
Yes, our new releases include Resident Evil 5, big game, huge game, Mad World, Pikmin, Peggle, and a little game called Boing Docomodake. Boing. Let's get started with Eat Lead, the return of Matt Hazard. Dude, I love the fact this game has both Doogie Howser and it's Gob Bluth.
Yes,
that's awesome.
The Arrested Development doesn't get enough credit. He's kind of unknown. He's in 30 Rock too. I don't know if people watch that.
Yes,
he's the secretly gay.
Secretly?
Not really secretly at all. But yeah, so Game of the Year, I think.
Maybe.
Eat Lead, Game of the Year, done.
We'll see.
Moving on to the next game.
Wait, no! I need my opinion heard on this game. All
right, so what's Eat Lead all about?
This is going to be a mixed review.
I'm getting the impression.
Okay, so Matt, what was it? Eat Lead, Return of Matt Hazard. Yeah. It features an old icon, a very fictitious icon, but it has elements of Duke Nukem. Yeah. Who else? Other people.
Oh God! He's kind of all those heroes from like Wolfenstein or just kind of generic action heroes from the 80s.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's another couple ones that I'm trying to think of, like the shareware titles. There's like
Jackrabbit.
There's a bunch of them, but we played the crap out of those. You and I did way back in the day, where it was just like we were playing all the Dooms. We played all the little shareware ones where you'd go to the store and there'd be the bin of discs for like $3 each, and you pick
not even
through
the bin.
them.
Sometimes you'd be like, you pull out the disc tray and they'd all be like hand printed or like whatever, just like Duke Nukem 1.0 or something.
People would just be sitting at home writing up these games, and there was this kind of very subversive element to them. A lot of them had kind of either dirty humor, or they'd be ultra-violent, or they would just be, there was kind of a not sanctioned by media element.
Because that's the very first time, like, when you see Doom or Wolfenstein come out, you're like, holy crap, there's Nazis in a game. Like, this was way before the time where Nazis were the go-to guys for evil.
Yeah, Wolfenstein started that. They made Nazis the go-to dudes to kill.
Yeah, and then id was like, okay, fine, Nazis. We've done Nazis. Now we've got to do demons, upside-down crosses.
And more Nazis.
Because it just wasn't enough.
The soundtrack by Trent Reznor.
Yes, that's true. Yes.
So the whole story with this is it's a fictitious guy that was from the 80s, and then he did a bunch of not very well thought of sequels where he did like car racing
ones.
Was it
Hazard Carts?
Hazard Carts. Yeah. He did some other like buddy games, and the point is now he's back, and he's there's a game company that wants to enter the next gen, and he's going to be their vanguard.
It's like a reboot, right?
Yeah,
and like he's in the game. It's a very meta game, right?
Very.
If one thing I can talk about this game, it's very meta. It's like you are a video game character who's somewhat real life, but not really.
But you're self-aware, like you know that you're a video game character.
Yeah, and like in the game, you're like talking to QA.
Yeah. You talk to QA. You're aware of things like whether your save games exist or not.
Yeah.
You talk about the rolling credits.
But like in the tutorials, he says like I don't know how to pick up a gun.
Yeah, he's like I've been shooting people for 20 years. Why are you teaching me how to shoot a gun? So the whole thing. There's this constant. He's running his mouth the whole time, where he's just making fun of this, making fun of that, and
And I think if you've been playing games as long as we have, every single joke that's in this game is going to strike close to home. Right?
Yes,
it's just going to hit and just like it's hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, this has been the first game in quite a while that I have been laughing out loud for a good deal of the time I was playing.
I cannot remember the last time I was maybe like Psychonauts, right? Yeah. It was probably like because the thing is like video game humor is hard.
It's very hard.
It's really rare. You don't see it very often. And this one, like the writing is very impressive.
Oh, and they make fun of everything. Like as you work your way through the game, there was a couple of things where it's like, oh yeah, so you run into these characters from Wolfenstein.
Yes.
So they're 2D. They're like this.
Oh,
and
really?
then they can turn like this,
and you can't see them anymore.
And they're the soldiers of the Waffen.
That's awesome.
So it's just like all the 2D guys from Wolfenstein, and it's just like you run into these other guys where they're making fun of SOCOM. So they've got water guns. They're called SOCOM.
Oh, okay.
And they go around like.
Can you actually get hurt from?
Yeah, oh fuck yeah! They will mess you up. They will mess you up.
So SOCOMs are actually like.
And you can pick up, and that's the cool thing about all these guys that you kill. You can pick up their water guns and then use them against other people. You can kill the guys from Halo and pick up their energy weapons. You can kill the guys
from
Halo.
Do you remember?
No, but I do know that you meet Master Chef.
Yes, that's right.
And Master Chef helps you out during battles by throwing down heat shields with his frying pan.
So is this like the? So that's the thing. Is this the gaming equivalent of like Scary Movie? Because it really feels that way, except
or like
it's
Naked Gun
funnier.
or something.
Or like Naked Gun, yeah. Because I mean, it really feels that way. Because I was playing this, I love the writing. Don't get me wrong, I love the writing, and I
loved everything about it, didn't you?
This game, it's one of the few games where I was like, wow, I wish this game was all cutscenes. I wish this was the equivalent of Metal Gear Solid. And it just let me watch the game for about an hour. And I'm like, I would have loved it. It would have been like a total thumbs up. But the thing is, it's like you were saying, it was like 7 Angelina Jolies, right? It was just like, every time it comes in, I'm like, but you gotta go through a lot of shit to get through each one, right?
So you're saying you didn't like the engine?
No, the engine, the gameplay, everything about it is terrible. It's like from 2000, 2001, like maybe even earlier than that. It's just so bad.
It is very retro.
They have a cover system, but it sucks. And it's just like, you're fighting people, and it's just like it's either not hard or way ridiculously hard, where it's like unfairly hard. Which I mean, considering you, it's just like I would imagine that just like you would have gotten to a couple of stuck points, and you'd be like, "Fuck this game," because I did.
I almost did a couple times, but I seriously. Well, so here's the thing: is as the combat goes on, when you first start out, all the game is just about getting headshots on people because it's one shot, one kill. So you just go da-da-da. You're like, wait, this is way too easy.
Yep.
And then it starts ramping up where there's all these different kinds of enemies. It gets kind of hard, and they start giving you special abilities where when you kill enough enemies, you can freeze enemies. You can get a freeze ray where you can like power up and you freeze people. So if there's a lot of them, and then you get another one where it's like a heat ray where you shoot enemies and they burn, so you get extra damage.
Gotcha. So they do add a couple of elements because I didn't even get to that part where it was just all I was doing was shooting people, and there was no power ups.
Right.
There was picking up, like, was there even health? I don't even think there was health.
No, it just regenerates.
It just regenerates over time. So it's just like, it just felt like the most basic first-person shooter you could ever come up with to stick in between all of the awesome cutscenes.
Yeah. It is very basic. It is very basic. But the thing is it's basic in a way that reminds me of those old games. So it's not like one of these things where, I mean, they took really, really old-fashioned gameplay, and then they tacked on a couple things to make it a little bit better. Like, I didn't think the cover system was that bad.
Okay.
It's Gears of Worry, like, you lock to things.
Yeah, you lock to things, but then it's really like playing whack-a-mole, except you're also a mole. So you're like, oh, pop, oh, shoot, oh, pop, you're just back and forth. And,
Okay, so I'm not going to be super apologetic about the gameplay. Like, I agree with you that it is not
it's long.
great.
And it's like you play a level, you're playing for like 45 minutes to an hour. More or less, right? Especially if you die a bunch of times, and then you get to the end, you're like, finally, and then it's hilarious.
Yes.
But you only get like 10 or 15 minutes of it, and then you go to the next level.
Yeah, I mean, so it starts off a little bit slow. So I know you didn't get to like a lot of the stuff that I really enjoyed. Where it gets to the point later where the references are coming so fast that it's actually entertaining all the way through the level. Like, he'll be throwing these kind of game-appropriate insults. Like, he'll start fighting Halo guys, and he'll be like, in space, no one can hear you bleed. You know, he's just kind of throwing these insults. You're kind of playing.
They're different?
Yeah, they're different.
Oh, okay.
Like, Semper Die. Instead of Semper Fi. I mean, it's enough where... Yeah. It's every 2 or 3 minutes where you're kind of like, I'm playing for the next funny. You know, like,
for that hit.
It is. It's just kind of like...
So how long did you play before it started getting like that? Because like I was like, man, I'm only playing for these next 15 minutes, and then I got to the butcher sequence where you're playing all the butcher stuff, and then it turned into like cowboys, and I'm like, it's the same shit over and over. It's like, because first you fight the Yakuza, and that was a pretty long level. And then fighting these, and like the butchers act exactly like the Yakuza people, and they're all coming from different areas, and then like either like 3 of them come and you die, or like you kind of hang. It's just like, it frustrated me so much.
Yeah, I guess what it is I just got into it. Like, once I realized the way that they designed the combat system, I never died anymore. Yeah. I got to the point where the only times I would die would be on end bosses.
And they put save points,
they do. They put the save points relatively regularly, but it's definitely an investment. Like, it's one of these things where you're either going to get in and you're going to get frustrated, or it's going to hit you just with enough nostalgia that you're willing to fight through it. So, I mean, a lot of the kids that watch this are, 13, 14.
I don't think
they're not going to think all these jokes are funny because all of these references are to what we grew up on. I mean, every single one is just kind of... It's only funny if you played shitty games in the 80s,
Yeah,
you know?
it's just like, I think the target demographic of this is like 28 to 40.
Yeah.
I would imagine, right? I mean, there's a few, because they do go to Halo, they do go a couple of other areas.
Make fun of Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, which is...
So when you kill... There's this boss that reminds you of
so
Final
awesome.
Fantasy VII, and then you get an achievement for beating him, and it says, weather forecast for the next level, no clouds. I mean, it's shit like that where it's not like stupid humor. This is like really funny. So I know that you know it really just comes down to whether you're going to fight through the admittedly mediocre to, in your case, shitty gameplay.
Shitty gameplay. Because here's the thing, right? Like, I take this game, it's like, I wish I could just be like doing my mail on the couch next to you. No, seriously,
just get
like,
all the jokes.
It's just like.
But not have to play.
Yeah, and just like, and like the moment you're like going through everything, it's just like, just, you know, do something. It's like, I'm serious. It's like, if I was like Adrian, like sitting there, it's just like, I bet you I would have had such a good time with this game.
Because you get all the laughs.
Yeah, without having to walk through it. It's just like, or something. Yeah. Where I could just skip shit, or just like cut the gameplay down to like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Because I'm serious. Like, the writing of this is like, if we were to make a game, or whatever, it's just like this would be the stuff we would hit on.
It's true.
Right?
It's true. Like, there's this one part where you're in an elevator. You go and you need to go up to the next floor and you get in an elevator. And the elevator ride, it's like Mass Effect. Like, the elevator ride is like 4 minutes long. And then he's just like, oh, come on. Like, you've got anything better to do. You're playing video games. Like, he'll just be talking shit at the player, you know? I mean, just like, it's exactly like you said. If we made games, we would make all these jokes. It is definitely kind of crippled by the inches.
And it's too bad too, because I think, you know, you can take good quality humor writing, like, you know, Portal, and couple it with good gameplay, and just come up with like a game that people will remember for years. And I hope these writers. Yeah,
they get more jobs.
They get more gigs because these guys know games to an excruciating level of detail, right? That they can really like do a good job with it. So
there's a couple more things I wanted to say, but I feel like I don't want to spoil the humor because I know you're not going to recommend this, obviously.
No.
But for me, I'm giving it a big thumbs up. Like, you know, you're going to want to rent it. You're not going to want to buy it.
Yes.
Unless it's like super bargain bin.
I'd say you're going to want to find somebody else to play it for you and watch while they play.
Find somebody like me.
Yes.
Because I fell in love with it.
Take turns, maybe. Maybe that'll be it, right? You get like with your brother or your good friend and just
some
play.
Beers.
A lot of beers. A lot of beers. Then, dude, that's a night on the town, and then definitely go rent it. I swear, dude, you will be like, I have not laughed so hard at a game in a long time. So I want to give it a thumbs up rental for that. But dude, it hurts. Yeah. Playing through those levels, it hurts.
So I'm about to beat it. I'm on the final boss, and
when did you get this patience? Where did this fountain of patience come?
There's certain things. There's certain things that I will just hone in on, and I will fucking beat that no matter what. And a lot of things that have this kind of nostalgia really hook me.
And have you played anything like it? Like
no,
to this level?
I can't tell you anything like this.
Like I think the last time where I got a taste of it was Mario. Whatchamacallit? Paper Mario. Remember when they were kind of like talking and they had all these inside jokes?
Games.
But it was not like that. Was like 10%. This game takes you to like 10 times that. I mean,
it's true. It's true. Okay, so but anyway, so that's our review on it. Get it.
Rent it.
Yeah,
and with beer.
Yeah, rent it with beer.
If you're overage.
Rent some beer.
Yes. You only rent beer.
I don't know.
So yes, so the next game up is Tom Clancy's HAWX.
Tom Clancy's HAWX.
Top Gun 3. More or
less. Return of Goose and Maverick.
Yes, and Stinger and Viper and the whole crew.
The whole crew.
So this
and
game,
gay volleyball in slow motion.
Yes. So I must say, so this game is not as gay as Top Gun. It does not have that homoerotic thing.
There is almost nothing in this world as homoerotic as the volleyball scene in Top Gun. Like, if you go back and watch that now,
it's like watching Wham videos. Like you look at it, you're like, I didn't think this was gay.
You're like, how in the world did people not know that he liked cock?
Seriously.
He might as well be filleting boys in the videos. He's like, well.
And you'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, it's just there is nothing like that. But this one, they kind of went a different route, right? They were like, okay, we're not going to really go Top Gun with this. We're going to be like, okay, you are in a, paramilitary company?
Well, you start off in the military. And then they disband your military group, and then... Like, while you're in the air, someone comes on the radio, is like, hey, flyboy, would you like to come work for our private... It's like, how the fuck did you get the military frequency? Like, guys are basically headhunting you in an F-16.
So, security, whatever, right? I mean, so, it's just kind of like, what is it? What was that other game? Army of Two.
Okay.
Although that was a little more homoerotic than... this game was.
So they basically took a lot of the things that you see in flying games and just chucked them out the window. I mean, there's no realism like Flight Simulator.
You have millions of missiles. You're looking at a plane, you see 4 or 5, right? I'm like,
and then it says like ammo 100 missiles. Like, where the fuck are you? They said fuck it. I mean, and the thing is I like arcadey flying games.
Yes.
I much prefer that to realistic flying games.
Like, Wing Commander, like, I guess X-Wing is a little different than that. But yeah, I mean, there's definitely that sort of range where you're like, okay, you can chuck a lot of the flight physics out of the window. I mean, there's some areas, like you were saying, remember, it's like you're drifting in space.
Yes.
Not space, but in the air. It's just like, you don't do that in maybe
it's
you can.
It's totally HAWX Tokyo Drift.
Yes.
And you're just like flying and pull the e-brake, and flip the plane around.
Oh yeah, you just go up and then turn down immediately.
And
and
you're
it's just
flying
like,
upside down.
Whatever, who cares?
So what does it come down to? Like, what's the gameplay like?
So the gameplay is you're flying all these missions, and you're either like fighting other planes, or you're bombing shit, and it's kind of it over and over again.
The whole game.
The whole game. We did. The thing is, like, it's fun.
Yeah.
In spite of itself, almost.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just like I was playing. I'm like, wow, this is. If this was more realistic, I would hate it.
Yeah, so I actually heard a really good analogy from the Penny Arcade guys. They said, in a way, it reminded them of Geometry Wars because not in the way that you would think of it, but basically what happens is it ends up being abstracted away to boxes and lines and stuff where
it does. Yeah, you're right.
You'll come up on an enemy and they say intercept. You hit X and you have to fly through the intercept tunnel. You come up on them and you're not seeing an enemy plane. You're seeing a red box.
Yeah,
this is not. You're not there for the visuals.
If you get close enough to see the plane, you'll see it for like a fraction of a second, right? It's just, wow.
Yeah. So what they were saying, and I kind of agree with this, is that it ends up being a very cartoony, arcadey abstraction of a flying game.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. But they also get that Tom Clancy thing where they start adding realism, like you're getting the general of some rogue general of Mexico, and they try to add all this real world element stuff. But I'm just like, it's just a fun flying game.
It is.
And I was surprised because I thought I was actually going to suck.
Right.
Like,
yeah,
seriously.
I mean, it's almost, I swear to God, it's almost a casual game. Like, it's bizarre.
Tom Clancy casual game. That's weird, dude.
So the big thing that there was, like, the crack for you, I'm sure, was the leveling. So that they start adding in this whole experience for killing dudes.
It was, but it didn't feel as immediate as when I was playing like other games, like Call of Duty and all that. Because the thing is, like,
I feel like you earn it.
No, it didn't, because I'm basically flying and I was killing a couple of guys and I see +10. I'm like, ooh, that's kind of neat.
Yeah.
But at the end of the level, it's just like, you get all this experience. It's like I got 3 levels in a row.
Level
and I'm like,
1100.
Yeah, I was just, It's just like being in one of those Monty Hall like Dungeons and Dragons adventures, and the guy's just like, your Dungeon Master's like, here's a +2 sword. Here's Battle Holy War. I'm just like, okay, sure, whatever.
Right.
It's great, but there's no challenge.
Yes.
Really. There is challenge though when you play multiplayer. I don't know if you play any multi.
I played co-op multiplayer.
Co-op was great.
So,
because it's the missions, right? I mean,
you just do the missions together. So you actually tried versus.
Yeah,
co-op.
and dude, I hated it.
Because they were way better than you.
Maybe. Like, I just think, like, I don't want to say it sucks because it sucks because I sucked at it so bad. Where I would come in, and granted, the scenario was really bad because it was 4-on-4.
Yeah.
It's just team deathmatch. So all you do is just flying in space and shooting at each other. The moment I got in, 2 of my team disconnected. Okay, and
there's no like. Team
I had played.
No,
not at all.
Yeah.
Well, there is before the match,
right.
But then the moment somebody
Once
drops
they're
in, that doesn't matter. And then so I was 2 against 4, and then I was in the second ship because I only played 2 matches, and you can't get any new ships unless you play the campaign.
Yeah.
So I was in the slow. Basically, I had picked the one which was
plane.
like the most armor and the least maneuverability and speed. Right?
It's like a big armored turd, like shuffling slowly through the air.
I was a bomber, basically, right? And everybody was F-22s or F-16s, so they're going. So like I would see them and I'd be like, yeah, and
like, hey guys,
and they have 2. They only give you 2 missiles. Everything else is machine gun.
Whoa!
So I would shoot them, and then all of a sudden, they drop their flares, and I'd miss them. I'm like, whatever, and then I'd go all of a sudden like, whoop, and they're on your tail. I'm like, all right, I go like this, and I go like this, and basically I would go die, die, and it's just like the only time I killed somebody was lucky by the missiles because they fucked up.
Yeah.
So, but the thing is, like the idea about it is you're in a big box, you're in air,
right,
and there's no real terrain. There's no.
It's just you and some dots, basically.
Yeah, you're flying some dots. And the thing is, like I've played other games where it's a little bit more fun dogfighting. Like remember Elite back in the day?
Mm-mm.
So it's like an old PC Commodore 64 game where it's a space battle.
Yeah.
Except they had this cool radar thing where it was like kind of like it was like tilted,
Yeah.
like isometric, and then there would be dots, and the dots would have a line that basically below you or under you. So this is really cool 3D visualization, right?
Gotcha.
But it was slower, so it'd be like, yeah. This one, I go there, 5 seconds later, I die. It's just like,
here's the funny thing: that is how I felt about Battlefield 2.
Really? What do you mean? What is it? Call of Duty 5?
No, the one that you and I played on the PC way back in the day, Battlefield 2.
Yeah.
You're just like, dude, it's great. Come on, check it out. It's like, airstrike, 3 dudes raping me, and you're just like, come on, this is fun. Follow me over here. I'm like running. There's you, and I'm just like, dead.
But I would throw you medic packs and stuff, try to keep you alive.
You just have to be patching me. Like, there's like holes, like just blood is just flowing out of every hole, and you're just like shoving cotton in all the holes in my body.
As a medic, I would get all sorts of points for reviving you. Just go.
I would be the perfect person to follow. So
yeah, it's.
So the thing is it sounds like multiplayer is no fun.
Not for me, yeah, definitely.
The co-op was definitely a lot more enjoyable. You and I played
a lot more fun
co-op.
than the single player, definitely.
Yes.
But it's a good night. I mean, it's a good 2 or 3 nights, definitely. I don't see depth in it because of the combat system was pretty basic.
Very basic.
Like you see a thing, you really seriously hit an X and you fall to an arrow, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
it takes a lot of the skill out of the dogfighting when you can just close in and intercept on somebody by following through that tube
and dodge missiles
missiles falling through the tube. So. Like you said, it's a night or two of entertainment.
Yeah.
Definitely rent.
Please.
And I'm already getting a little tired of it. So
so I have 5 days. I'm going to return after 3.
Right.
And get Resident Evil probably. So.
Yeah. So I mean, it's 6 hours of fun, and then after that, you're probably going to get tired of it being a casual game, unless basically it's kind of a brain dead, like we said, casual game where you could just go and get points and levels. Yeah. If you don't want to think, if you don't want to play a difficult game, you just sit back and just kind of. Like flow or something.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, when we were playing some of the missions too, it's just you would die and you would just respawn. So it'd be granted they did respawn
no penalty
you
at all.
Way the fuck out there. That's the penalty. It's just you have to wait 30 seconds to get back into the game. But it wasn't very hard. So.
No, it's really very casual. So for what it is, for just kind of a fun, entertaining rental.
Yeah, this week has been pretty kind of...
A little slim. Except for the fact E-LED came out and it's the best game ever. Besides that.
No. So this one was a demo, right?
Yeah, so that's the end of the games that are interesting.
Yeah, so we have a couple of games we'll probably go up through relatively quickly. The next one's, what is it? Chronicles of Riddick, right?
Yeah.
It's the demo, and what do you think? I mean, what's the idea behind it?
Well, to preface this, the Chronicles of Riddick that came out on PC before was something
Escape from Butcher Bay.
Yeah. And it was very interesting where you started out in you would start out in a prison and you were actually doing kind of missions and stuff. You would do
you would go talk to somebody and
you would actually have to go, you'd talk to people and you have to go over here and you're like, oh, this guy's enemies with this guy, I'm going to go kill this guy. And it was kind of an interactive, I mean, it's not like RPG sort of thing, but it wasn't generic first-person shooter. It was kind of adventure.
It was FPS with stuff.
Yeah, with other stuff. And this just dropped all that away. It's just you are Riddick. Here's a ship.
Yep.
Go kill everyone.
You have some ulaks. You can kind of stealth, which I thought was interesting because you don't really see melee combat that often in FPSs. So this one they did it kind of interesting, but it felt forced.
Yeah.
Because it was just kind of block, and I'd be just bang, bang, bang. It didn't feel like a good.
And the stealth
melee
didn't feel like it did much.
No.
I would do these things. There was a couple parts where I was trying to get away from people. There'd be people above me with guns, and I wanted to sneak under them and then climb up a ladder.
Yeah.
So I'd go into stealth mode, go in the shadows, and they'd be like, "Hey!" Blah, 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 blah,
shoot you while you're climbing up, right?
Yeah, you're like, "What the fuck is the point?"
I didn't understand it because I had the same area too when you told me about that. I'm like, what I'm going to do? I'm just going to go around the corner and shoot them in the head and they're dead. So then it was a lot easier.
Yeah.
Basically, but the stealth combat didn't seem. But I didn't play Escape from Butcher Bay, so I'm coming into it from okay, well,
just straight up.
Let's just see what it is. And the thing is, I love the style. The style is great.
Okay.
It makes me want to watch the movies. I haven't seen either Pitch Black or the other one. What's the other one?
How did you not see Pitch Black?
I don't know. It's just I never got around to it.
That movie's the shit.
Did they do 2?
Yeah, there was a sequel. I forget the name of the
Chronicles of Riddick, I think, was.
That's the sequel, right? But Pitch Black is way better.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so it made me really want to see because it was the style was good. His voice was I'm gonna go kill some shit. You know, it was cool. But it's I'm playing this FPS. I'm the style's great, but man, it's just kind of not very interesting.
Right.
It's very generic FPS-y.
Yeah,
So.
there weren't any new elements. You're like, oh, that's cool. You know, a lot of it was just kind of, you know, you're just going around like slashing people with your blades. You pick up their guns, but there was nothing where you're kind of like, oh, except the clones. That was kind of cool.
The cloning was cool. Yeah, I'll give you that. What was it? Where you get to take control of
you
one of the guys?
plug yourself into a machine, and then there's a shitload of clones. You can run them around killing other people.
And it almost turns into more of an FPS in that sense because you are a guy with a gun and you can use as many as you need, I guess.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I hear the Escape from Butcher Bay is part of it. So I think they redid. So I don't know how they're going to do it.
Maybe they capture you and throw you in Butcher Bay or something.
No. I meant they actually include the full game in this game. So either it's going to be another separate menu item. You've got to play the first game first, which I hope they don't do.
Yeah.
So I think I'll still rent it to go play Butcher Bay, but for this game, it doesn't grab me.
No, I mean, maybe someday I'll rent it, but I mean, from just playing this demo, I was really turned off.
Would you do it for playing Butcher Bay again?
Yes.
Okay.
I would like to play Butcher Bay again. I'd like to play it on,
on a nice,
nicer. I mean, the thing is, it's still on PC. I mean, I could go back and play it now. So I mean, I'm not super pressed to.
Yeah.
You know, if I want to play it, I can go play it. You know.
Well, I kind of want to. Since I haven't played it, I kind of
should check it out.
So,
Go see fucking Pitch Black first.
Really?
That movie's great.
What do you think? Well, will it take away from the game, or will one take away from the other?
No, because you understand his character better, like why he can see in the dark and all that other stuff.
It doesn't matter. I don't think
it doesn't matter. Yeah. If only you understood the plot of the Chronicles of Riddick, you'd understand the masterpiece that is this game. So, I really, honestly, was the gameplay just felt a little. Just cheap.
It's disappointing. It's generic. I mean, the thing is, everybody's trying to come out with FPS because apparently that's what sells.
Yeah.
But it feels like the same way where everybody's coming around building a new God of War clone, everybody's coming around building a new Gears clone, or whatever. It's just they all feel really derivative.
Yeah.
And you can't make a game being derivative. You can't make a success doing it.
You want some freshness. You want something to it where it can become a new franchise or it can become something that gets buzz.
Exactly. And
you say why? You know, something gets buzzed because it's like Flower, or something gets buzzed because it's like, just something
like
new.
Portal or TF2 or whatever. Right. But like what's weird is Starbreeze apparently got all these great accolades for making Butcher Bay into from an FPS that's different.
Yeah, it was very different. It was fun.
What happened? I mean, why didn't they do the same thing? Or
it's probably just like you said. It's probably they saw where the money was. Butcher Bay didn't make very much money.
Yeah, but
Gears made a shitload of money. It's just maybe.
Yeah.
I think that's dumb because I think if you end up chasing the dollars like that, you actually end up making a product that doesn't sell.
Yeah.
And if you have a chance to kind of break into, get word of mouth, be the sleeper hit,
Yeah, I think if you've already made something good, you can probably take it easy and just go whatever, like they do with Call of Duty with Treyarch, you do with other games, right? They're just like, whatever.
Like they do with Spyro.
Or even God of War 2, right? It wasn't that more innovative on top. They're just like, we can be a little lazier.
Yeah.
But this one's just like, look, they need to prove themselves again because, so hopefully the demo is just showing the FPS component to attract people.
Something more.
And they're going to do a bait and switch, give us a real game.
I'm hoping.
Let's hope.
I'm hoping. You can play, you can rent it when it comes out, you tell me.
Yeah, all right.
But this last one.
Oh, fuck, dude.
So I think what happened is some game developers sat around, they're like, all right, we've been watching NooBTooB, right?
Yeah.
So they said that the worst game demo that's ever been made in the history of the world was Iron Man. And we can beat that. We can fucking destroy that. We can be the worst.
I don't know if they've succeeded. I mean,
I don't know if
Iron Man was really bad,
but they gave it a run for its money.
Yes, it's in the top 5.
So this is Watchmen.
So this is Watchmen. The End is Nigh. Now this is just an Xbox Live Arcade game, so it isn't even a full game.
Yeah.
And we tried the trial, and the trial gives you 30 minutes to play.
Yeah.
How long did you last?
10 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
I did 15.
Are you okay?
I'm still
right?
I'm still recovering from it. No, it was really. And the thing is, what the point was. I don't know if you got to it yet, but you are going into a prison and then beating up a bunch of inmates.
Right, you're vigilantes.
Yeah, you're vigilantes. And it's a very basic brawler.
Yeah,
super basic.
More basic.
My
than
God.
Oh wow.
Like Streets of Rage is better. It's a better brawler than this game.
Ninja Turtles, the game is better than
Actually,
this.
yes, it's much better than this. But no, it's got to the point where it's okay, I'm wandering around the prison and I'm beating up a bunch of people in orange suits, and then I get to a place where I have to use cooperative help to open a gate.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm like, all right, whatever. And I go pull a couple of things, and I'm like, all right, that's fine, whatever. I open a gate. Cool.
Yeah.
7 minutes later, right? I'm still fighting through. This is a huge ass prison.
Yeah,
I'm going, it's just like, use your friend and open the gate. And I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
And I went into a guard room. It's the exact same fucking room. Seriously, like they changed nothing. They took the geometry and put it there, and I'm like going right around the same
So
corner.
it's not a 30-minute demo. It's 3 10-minute demos. You just play it in a loop.
Over and over again, yeah.
This game is like hobo asshole. It's like being forced to smell hobo asshole. That's what this game is like. This game is fucking terrible.
And I think it's $20.
Fuck you. Yeah, it's 1,600 Xbox points. That's
I think it is, yeah.
This game isn't worth 60 Xbox points.
They need to pay me $1,600 to finish the 30-minute trial.
Yeah,
I'm serious.
I want money to play. I want my life back for playing this game. So it's just it is just button mashing, and you unlock more abilities that you're just like, look, it's more buttons to mash.
Yeah.
Now you can mash a throw button or a strong punch button or a weak punch button.
Yep, and I think they spent all of their money on the actors to do the voice.
Yeah,
because they actually got the real guys
from.
They got the what is it? Which was one? Rorschach and Owl.
The Birdman.
Night Owl rather. So they got them to do it, and it sounds great.
Yeah.
And surprisingly, the the fight animations, not bad.
It looks all right. I mean,
it looks pretty decent.
Just the game
except for the
is
repetitive.
Shit.
Oof. So yeah, I think this is a total cash-in, and just in general, like we've always said, NooBTooB has always said, movie cash-in,
almost
always, 99% of the time.
And we haven't seen Watchmen yet.
No.
But you've read that, yeah. Of course.
Yeah,
we've both read the graphic novel many times, and we're huge fans of Watchmen. So don't just like if you guys are Watchmen fans, you have been violated. You've been absolutely used and raped for this fucking franchise. Just got shat on.
I know, and the thing that bugs me out is that we're actually getting some comments in our YouTube videos where people are saying like, yeah, dude, have you tried Watchmen yet? It's pretty good.
Did they really?
Yeah, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, what? Did they really come off that much of a high from the movie and just saying like, yeah, I get to relive the elements of Watchmen, even though it sucks, I love it.
They maybe have a lobotomy, and or maybe they've never played a video game before, and they're just like, the colors are moving. It's so beautiful to see things happening when I push buttons upon this controller.
And the fire looks great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And and they also actually said playing co-op together was lots of fun.
Incorrect.
It's
the thing is even with brawlers. I mean, you and I have played some brawlers that are kind of fun. You get some combos.
Castle
in there.
Crashers is pretty damn fun when you don't get disconnected.
Absolutely. So I mean, and that is button mash E, but there's still an element of it where you're getting weapons, you're going around, you're doing things based on the environment, you're doing whatever. It's not just endless hordes of enemies.
The same enemies
over and over.
They did not spend much money on this, but the thing is, it's going to make bank.
I'm sure it will. It'll do fine. Not from us, though. Not from any NooBTubers, hopefully.
No,
There's so many better games to play.
Anything.
$20.
Yeah.
Go buy flour twice.
So do the actually, you know what they should do if they really want to play this game? Buy the game and just play it over and over again. Because seriously, this game is repetitive, and it is seriously. I think the full game isn't going to give you that much more.
It's going to be the exact same thing in different locales.
Oh yeah,
just be like go over here, fight on the streets, fight in the prison, fight over here.
I think it's just a prison, just more of it.
Just all of it. Just the whole game.
Take back the night.
You beat the warden like 7 hours in.
So this week has been pretty weak.
Except for Eat Lead, which is the best game ever made.
So I've been playing a lot of Dawn of War and Street Fighter still.
But next week...
What the fuck?
Next week...
Oh, it's going to be too much. It's going to be too much. It's the first one.
Resident Evil 5.
Okay, so we've talked about this quite a bit.
Yeah,
and
we've had a love-hate relationship with it.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
We were kind of talking a little trash, and then we played the demo when we went to go see the launch, and we kind of got sold on it.
Yeah.
We talked a little bit more trash about the AI, so we keep kind of going back and forth.
Yeah, and the thing is, like from what I've been hearing so far, so people are already playing in Japan.
Yeah.
So they're saying, some people are saying the AI is a little better, not as bad as before, and
good.
you have to actually tell them to go places.
Okay,
so I think
they cheated basically. They said AI is difficult, so we're going to let you control it,
or something. I don't know. Either they didn't show us how to do it at the trial or whatever. But like with the vagina bat thing, apparently like if you tell Shiva to stick somewhere, and then you go and then you place it right.
That would have fixed it.
Then it's different. So
in my defense, I was quite drunk.
That's true.
When I was playing that game.
Yes. So watch the video. You can kind of see.
Yeah. So the thing is if the AI is a little bit better, like you said, that's one thing. But I think that you and I are definitely going to play it on co-op.
Dude, I think co-op is because we played what is it? A different level. It was the pipe level.
Yes.
Co-op at the event, and it was a lot of fun.
It was very fun. So I think that I may not actually play this with AI at all. Like I think I might just kind of sit down either with you,
wait.
Locke, some other NooBTubers, just do it co-op, because that's where I love co-op games that are well done, and this seems really well done. There's a lot of, like, there's that one level we were playing before in the demo where you're in the other building and I'm defending you against the zombies running in, and that was done very well.
So I think they designed the entire game around co-op, so as long as you can actually do all of that, all of the stuff in the game with somebody else, like all the way through and protect yourself. Because remember, we really didn't like the level where you were just swarmed by zombies. But if you're playing with somebody else,
it'll be better.
It'll be better because you're like, dude, watch my back, dude, do this, you know.
Yeah.
So I think
as we've gone back and forth in this game, now that it's coming out, I'm back to excited.
I'm excited too.
I'm really pumped because the thing is there's no doubt that it looks really good. There's no doubt that the mechanics move very nicely. It's
controls
a little sluggish.
Well, the controls are controversial because you can't move and shoot at the same time, and I don't know if that will kill it for me or not.
Yeah, remains to be seen. We'll review it next week, but I'm back to excited.
Yes,
I'm digging this. So next up,
I'm back. I'm even more.
I have never not been excited. Mad World.
So it's out today, but it's probably going to be in stores tomorrow, is my guess. Because usually with Wii games, they'll ship on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
So we're going to get it ASAP. Mad World.
Mad World looks like Schindler's List, where like everything's black and white except for a couple things of blood.
Yeah.
Bet you weren't expecting that comparison, were you?
No.
It doesn't
definitely
make any
not.
sense. I just felt like saying it. But it's just ultra violent.
Yes.
Hilarious.
Like my understanding, so it's set like almost like a game show, kind of like a Running Man.
Yes.
Where and I've read some reviews about it. I've read some stuff about it, and they're saying
Smash TV.
Or Smash TV, yeah. But it's like a brawler.
Yeah.
And apparently you fight a bunch of guys, and most of the guys are pretty much fodder. So they're there to be examples of really awesome, gruesome kills.
Oh, and the stuff in the gameplay videos we've seen is gruesome.
Yeah, so it's apparently it's going to be almost like Geometry Wars except with blood, right? You're going to be like doing all these crazy things, and it's just going to be massive. But there's also going to be boss battles, which are going to be a little bit harder.
Okay.
So I'm super excited about it. So it looks awesome.
Yeah.
The reviews have been really high.
I still cannot believe that they shipped a game this violent on the Nintendo. Like, it used to be the whole thing on the NES. Nintendo would not let you ship something like this.
Dude, they shipped, what is it, Manhunt?
Yeah, that's true. They did ship Manhunt.
Was it House of the Dead? Has all those fucks in it. I mean...
That's true. Yeah, House of the Dead was over the top offensive. I was actually kind of surprised about that one too. I think that at this point, Nintendo's just like, they've got money in their eyes. They're like, how about this game? Like, okay, I can't see it, but that looks okay. Whatever. I can't breathe in this money pile.
All of the change is making too much noise.
If all these horrors weren't on me. Nintendo doesn't give a shit.
No, and the thing is, I think they actually want to give, at least to appeal to the more core market, because they've always, basically, like, after E3 last year, they got so much shit from
they
people.
Came out, they just put their dick on the table at E3. They're like,
What?
They're like, what games are coming out? Nothing, really.
No.
We can't make the ones we've already made fast enough, so fuck you.
Yeah. We're going to let everybody else make games for us, and we'll just take a cut.
That's all they said. And then I think a lot of people were just like, all right, rape us once, shame on you.
No, they're not, because people are still, because it's all moms. They don't watch NooBTooB. They don't listen to anything. The thing is, like everybody kind of gave them a lot of shit. So I think they're turning a little bit of a leaf. You're starting to see it, right?
Yeah.
They're coming out with
the remake of Metroid Prime.
Right? Yeah. Oh wait, I didn't hear about that.
Well, they're remaking the Metroid from the GameCube.
Oh really?
What's it called? Was it Metroid Prime? Yeah. So they remade Metroid Prime for the Wii.
Really?
Yes.
Ooh, okay. So we're going to be talking about another remake that we're also really excited about next. But so I think they're going to go more adult with this. I'm really excited. There's nothing to play on the Wii. Really?
Not really.
So this is going to be the one for the next 3 months. Probably.
Yes, probably that's it. But hopefully it'll make the whole 3 months worth it because it looks awesome.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll be long though. I think this game will be short.
I think we're going to beat it this weekend.
Yes.
Next up is Pikmin.
Yes.
Which
is a remake.
Yes. And this is a fun. Yes, another remake. A we do.
A we do. We Pete.
We visited it.
Wee?
That's racist. All right.
Okay.
So Pikmin.
So the Pikmin.
That was on GameCube.
Yeah, it's Pikmin 1, but they also had Pikmin 1 and 2 on the GameCube, but it's only going to be 1.
Okay.
So 1 had that kind of annoying thing with the time limit. Do you remember that?
Yes.
So I'm hoping they make it a little easier. They did something, but apparently the Wii controls are going to be really good.
Oh, good.
So this one I'll probably have to wait since the other two are going to take most of my time, but this game is going to be awesome.
Yeah, you've always been a big fan of Pikmin.
Did you play it or not?
I did play it. I didn't beat it. I enjoyed it, but I think that I kind of got that thing with you that you're talking about with the time limits where I played a level for like 20 or 30 minutes and I didn't beat it, and then all right, try again. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna.
Yeah, you don't want to complete things. And that's the thing. Like, you can't lose that many of your Pikmin.
Right.
It makes it a lot harder.
Right.
So this game's going to be awesome. The next game, though?
Peggle.
Dude.
Peggle! This goes right to your Japanese-ness, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like, pachinko.
Pachinko, what's that?
That sounds great. I want lots of steel balls. Why? I don't know!
Who cares? I
I
want
can
to see
change them in
going
for
wrong
chocolate
place.
bars.
Or money.
Or money.
But if you exchange them for money, you have to exchange them for these weird chits.
Yeah.
And then walk around the corner into an alley with this sealed window where
Nothing
you can't
dodgy
see.
about this at all.
Nothing at all. And you go and you exchange it for money. Mm-hmm. It's the weirdest thing. The thing is, like, next time when we go, I want to find one.
Okay.
Because, no, I'm seriously, like, I'm always walking, I always see the pachinko, but I never see where these places are. And apparently, it's rude to ask where they are.
I did it last time.
Oh, really?
Last time I was in Japan, I followed
seriously.
the money. I watched a dude
So you,
take
like,
his
hung out?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I stalked this guy. This guy walked up with his buckets of things, and they handed him a bunch of useless shit at the counter.
Yeah.
He walks outside, and then there's just an alley. There's just an alley, and at the end of it, there's just like a little glass window with a hole in it.
Is
and
it-
he's handed his shit through, and they gave him money.
Is it part of the pachinko thing?
Yes. Yes. It's just the government just looks the other way, because gambling's illegal.
Yes.
Gambling's illegal, but you can
Can't
play
gamble.
pachinko for useless shit, and then somebody else could just happen to exchange useless shit for money.
why not?
Why not?
Who cares?
So, but the government just looks the other way, and it's huge in Japan. I want us to play pachinko when we're
Oh, I
there.
do it all the time. Yeah. It's
Oh,
great.
you've played?
Okay. Oh, dude, it's like when I go to Japan as a kid, like every single time, like, take me to pachinko, take me to pachinko.
So what'd you
Just
do with
because
your
it was
prizes?
fascinating.
You just kept the shit
No, I turned it
useless?
into chocolate. I mean, right? Chocolate and cigarettes is pretty much all you can really trade it in for the
That's
most part.
true.
And they wouldn't let me
That's
get
true.
cigarettes, so.
Damn parents!
No, but it was like as a kid, dude. It's just like watching these balls, and then like when you hit FIBA time,
it's
You get
awesome.
all sevens and shit,
Yeah.
dude. Oh yeah, but it's expensive.
Yeah.
Because like when you put in 1,000 yen, you'll get like this many balls,
And they just go away.
and 1,000 yen is like $10.
Yeah.
So you do that multiple times.
Yeah.
So you could spend $100, $200 in a night if you want.
Not me. I'll
Yeah.
spend $10. I'm out.
That lasts you 2 seconds.
Yeah, but we'll get
but
some video of us playing it when we're in Japan because,
Yes.
as we've said many times, you and I are going in 3 weeks.
Yes.
2 weeks from when this airs, actually.
Yes, actually, very soon. So actually, yeah, if you can, in the YouTube comments, let us know what you guys want to see.
Yes.
Because we're going to be filming everything and then putting it up during the month of April.
Absolutely. Come to the forums, email us, do whatever. Just let us know what you want to see because we're basically videoing on request. It's not just going to be just gaming. NooBTooB for the month of April is going to kind of go. It's like all Japan, all Tobin and Yuzo drunk all
Yes.
the time.
I think we're going to rename the channel Noob.
Yeah.
Right? For a little while. And it's just going to be Japan culture.
That's right.
But speaking, what were we talking about? Peggle? Yeah. So
Yeah,
Peggle.
basically. Peggle is pachinko.
It's pachinko, but it's made by PopCap, and they know how to take some very simple gameplay and make it addictive, fun,
Yes.
and ridiculous.
Yes.
So this is the game is very simple. So basically, you have this thing up top, which is a ball shooter.
Yeah.
You hit it, and then the ball bounces, and then you need to hit all of the red things.
Okay.
That's it. You get points.
Do you know how much it costs?
I think it might be $10. Hopefully. I'm telling you, dude, you should try the trial. Yeah,
All right,
you should
I'll try the trial. I'll
So
try
it's
the
on
trial.
Xbox Live Arcade, and
Yeah.
the thing I'm excited about is because I played the PC version. I downloaded the what is it, the Half-Life 2 version of Peggle. So what they did was they made
made
a
it with
theme-
the engine?
They made a themed Peggle where the backgrounds would have like head crabs and.
Nice.
You should check it out.
I will. I'll check
you'll
that
own
out. It sounds
But
interesting.
this one, dude, it has freaking multiplayer. I have
What does
no
that
idea.
even mean?
I don't know. You take turns.
Do we take turns shooting marbles, or do we both just go at the same
I
time
don't
as
care.
fast as we? It doesn't matter.
I don't care. I'm just gonna basically just chatting with people and just like, yeah, Peggle, bitch.
You don't even
You're
care.
going down.
The game could be terrible. It's like your your Japanese blindness will just make it
No.
wonderful.
No, Pachinko is awesome, and so is Peggle. So
All
definitely
right,
try it.
We'll see next week. And then last up is Boing!
Docomodake.
Boing, 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 boing. Docomo. And this is coming out in the U.S.?
Yeah, it's actually going to be.
And they didn't
out this
rename
week.
it something not Docomodake?
No, apparently not. So Docomodake, I believe, is the mascot for NTT Docomo, which is the cell phone company there. So like the AT&T, the
Docomo.
Verizon, right? So Docomodake, which is dake is like I think a mushroom, or
Okay.
part of mushroom. Anyhow,
Cell phone mushroom.
Cell phone mushroom. So he's
Boing.
a little, boing. He's a little mushroom, and if you actually look at some of the video that hopefully we throw up, it's a platforming puzzler.
Yes. And the
And
gameplay
it's
looks
not bad.
actually very entertaining.
Yeah. So look at the video. Sold me on this. I mean, honestly.
Yeah, that was, and you told me about it. I'd never in my life even heard of this. And you're just like,
Yeah.
hey, check this out. I'm watching. I was like, okay, that looks pretty cool. You know, you're shooting stuff around, and it looks like maybe you move the guy by dragging or something.
I don't, I have no idea. But
I
it
really
was-
couldn't tell,
You're
but
collecting coins.
Yeah.
It's cute.
Yeah,
It's on the
and,
DS.
and it's DS, so it'll probably be budget. It'll probably be like $30, maybe $40.
30 or 40. So I think it'll be an easy buy for the most part, or easy rent at least.
Yeah.
And this is probably one of the few games out there that is a corporate mascot that might be good.
Yeah, that'd be very interesting if we end up giving a good review to a game made by NTT Docomo.
Yeah. Did you ever play 7-Up Spot.
No.
Oh, that game sucked. So yeah, there are a few other
They
examples.
just came out with that shitty ass thing that was for free on Xbox Live. That was
Not
like
Yaris, right?
No, it was like
Doritos.
Doritos.
Shit.
Burn the
Attack or
yeah.
something?
It was like you're like a dragon running around like burning trucks with Doritos in them.
It was free, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was terrible. It wasn't
even
worth
play it.
free.
Is it worse than Yaris?
No,
Okay.
Yaris was just anus.
No, it's just like seriously. Like if you look at movie tie-ins with games, they're really bad. Now,
Yeah.
like corporate tie-ins, like Avoid the Noid,
Yeah.
7-Up the Spot.
Not everyone can be as good as Sneak King.
That's true.
Sneak
No,
King was the shit. That game was fun. Seriously, that game was so weird.
I still have it. Actually,
I do too.
I haven't got all the achievements because they're really freaking hard.
Yeah,
Really hard.
we should do a Iron Gamer challenge for Sneak King after the fact. Like, who still has the game a year?
Dude, you can buy them on eBay still for like $5.
Sneak King Iron Gamer challenge. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling
Yeah,
it.
we should give a big prize for that too.
Yeah,
That'd be nice.
give away Resident Evil 5 for it.
Oh, dude, somebody would fucking totally do that.
I
They
know.
need to videotape themselves doing it too.
Yes. All right,
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
put this together. We'll
Yeah,
get back
it'll
to
get
you.
in the works.
We'll get it back to you. Okay, so that's the games for new releases.
Yes, contest time.
Ugly shirt contest in the hizzy.
So thank you very much for splitreason.com.
Split Reason.
So they're giving away a free shirt to the guy with the worst t-shirt.
Worst t-shirt as judged by you and I. So
Yes.
it could be ugliest, it could be most beat up, it could be oldest.
Whatever.
Like, you just send in the shirt that you think looks the worst, and we will judge and let you know. And then there's also a 10% off coupon at splitreason.com.
Yes.
Now, make sure that you do this when you're checking out.
Yes, there's 2 points, right?
Right. So when you put the shirt in your cart, it says gift certificate, and people have been putting NooBTooB in there. It doesn't work. You got to go when you go to checkout. There's this thing that says coupon code. Put in NooBTooB there, 10% off.
Yes, so a lot of people are having a problem with it. But so this one, we already have one entry. Well, we have 2 or 3 entries, and we want a few more before we do it. But this one's pretty good.
We'll do this one. So this is LoJack.
Ooh.
That is a picture of LoJack wearing a shirt that I swear to God, if you've got a sister, that is probably your sister's shirt.
Or your mom's.
Or your mom's. I don't know if that's a dude's shirt, but still,
Yeah.
that's just to give you a taste of some of the submissions we've been getting so far.
Yes.
We've gotten a couple, but if you guys think you can beat that, and you know, I bet there's some ugly ass shirts out there. Send in pictures or movies or whatever. Email not audio to feedback@NooBTooB.com and enter the contest. The winner gets a free T-shirt from SplitReason.com. Any shirt you want.
Yes. So each week we like to feature the NooBTooB Army on the show. Please send in videos with questions, reviews, games, funny stories, or anything cool, basically.
Yep, absolutely. You can also contact us toll-free at 888-233-8480 or send your files.
Nice.
Send your files to feedback@NooBTooB.com. Also, be sure to post them as video responses on YouTube and email us the video at the same time.
Yes, and please keep all the videos under 1 minute if you want to be featured on the show.
And don't forget the yow.
Yow.
So first up, we got Jake the Snake. Now, Jake the Snake has some issues with our advertising.
What?
Hey NooBTooB, this is Jake the Snake, and I got a question for you. What the hell is up with the ads you have on your website? They're supposed to be gaming related. You're a gaming website. This is not an ad I expect to see when I'm watching your show. Seriously, what the hell? Yeah!
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah.
What if his husband is gay and he doesn't know?
Yeah. So we would have helped you in that case.
So, I mean, it's a valuable service.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've got no control over that.
No, not. And the thing is, like the way Google and YouTube, all that stuff act, they actually work off of the text that's on the screen. And most of the time, it's comments on YouTube or discussions. And for some weird reason, gay, homo, random gay tags seem to pop up, either calling us homos, or whatever.
So the problem is, yeah, exactly. A lot of people, like especially on videos where we trash a game that people like, they'll leave a bunch of offensive comments, and then apparently YouTube's ads shit is not good enough to realize that it's an insult.
Yes.
And they put up stuff about gay. So, we put the ads up so that we can pay for hosting for NooBTooB.com.
Yep.
We put the ads up. It makes a couple bucks a month, and it pays for our hosting and not much else.
Yes.
But We have no control. People complain about the ads, what the ads said on the forums. They complain about YouTube.
Dude, on the forums, like a few months ago, there was this longest running thing where we would get like
gay Arab dating, wasn't it?
Yeah, not just like Arab dating or mixed couple dating, and I can't figure out why. There's got to be either somebody's username or something triggers it so that people obviously want to find out where they can get an Arabian wife.
Yeah, maybe it's just all PHPBBs. Maybe it's just like all forums are getting spotted. I honestly, we don't know how this works. People are picking keywords and they're somehow matching NooBTooB and they're getting gay Arabian wives.
Yes, so sorry. Just stop talking about gay Arabian wives and then, maybe you'll get less ads.
That's
the
only thing we can think of to solve this problem.
Yes.
So next up is Veritas.
Oh, dude. So you guys all saw the video of my tournament stick, and it's a little pricey and it's hard to get right now, but Mad Catz has a special edition fight stick for $70.
Right.
Quality is shit.
Yeah,
so apparently people are doing stuff and there's all sorts of problems to it. So what Veritas did was he went and bought all the different arcade parts from Lick Stick, I believe, the things in the notes, and replaced them.
Yeah, so just basically just ripped out all the parts and put in good ones.
For like $25.
Yeah.
So he has the exact same parts I have in the tournament fight stick. For like $90 total.
That is pretty cool. So I mean, it just requires all this extra effort, whereas you got to buy it and it just works.
Yeah.
If you're willing to put in this money to save the $60, more power to you. So Veritas has a really cool video about how he did that. So here we go.
What's up, guys? It's Veritas. Came home from school and found that I got my joystick and the 6 buttons in the mail today. So we're gonna try and open this piece of shit up and see what we can do. Let's get started. So there's the inside. Here's the buttons. The new Sandwall button right here. And then the old Mad Catz part. Got all the buttons in. Alright, now that that piece of shit's out, I'm gonna try and open it and see what the hell's wrong with it. So now that we got that switched around and the washer glued down, I'm gonna put it back in. Let me tell you, getting that back plate on is a lot harder than it should be. All done. All's left is to test it out. So. All we have to do is put the...
Whoops,
Nice.
glue.
Oh, man, what are you going to do with that? But that was awesome.
Yeah, and this is a much, much shortened video of the full-length video where he gives you all the details of how to do it.
It's like 8 minutes long. Hopefully, if with luck, he has it added as a response to this video.
Yeah.
So,
and we post on NooBTooB Army too?
we should do it there as well.
We'll try and post it up on the NooBTooB Army. I don't know if you guys know this. We've mentioned a couple of times. There's a YouTube username called NooBTooB Army where all of the community posts their videos.
Yes.
And then the stuff that's a little bit too long or the stuff that's that we can't fit in our show every week, we dump in there, and then that way you can get all the stuff from the community and get your feed between our weekly episodes.
And the idea also, too, will take some of the longer ones, make teasers like these videos, and then show it on the main show so people get interested in it.
Yes.
But yeah, that's an awesome service.
Very, very cool. So Eastman now has a question for us. Actually, more of a dropping the bomb, as it were.
An annoying
hurting
bomb.
our feelings. Here's Eastman.
Hey NooBTooB, Eastman here with not really a question, but something that's going to really piss you guys off. You know Professor Layton, right? DS game, I personally did not play since I do not have a DS, but heard very good things about it. Well, Japan's getting another one. So not only do they already have 2 Professor Layton and the movie, they're getting another one, Professor Layton and the Devil's Flute. Now mind you, that's not all the games they're getting. They're getting 2 more, so there's going to be 5 eventually. They haven't even released the second one over here yet, so I'm just saying, heads up guys. I know you guys were taking Japanese classes, so you might want to speed those up a little bit if you want to enjoy it. It might become the next Mother. Yow.
Why?
Damn you, Nintendo! What? How hard is it to get people to translate shit?
They're going to have 6 Layton games.
And a movie.
And a movie. I don't care about the movie.
Wait, 6? No, 5.
Well,
There's two right
I
now.
thought there are 3 right now.
Maybe there is.
Whatever. The point is, there's either 5 or 6.
5 or 6. They're going
5
to be, yeah.
or 6, and there's 1 in the United States in English.
I don't understand what the problem is.
I don't know.
There's a group I did a little research into this. There's a group in Nintendo called Treehouse.
Okay.
And they're all responsible for all the localization. And, they get a lot of good people and all that, but I don't understand what the problem, like, they have these people, they have gobs of money, there's all these people working in Japan right now today that, teach English or whatever, who cares, right?
Doesn't it seem like this would be like a month-long project? Is you get a couple people that are good at English, good at Japanese, and good at puzzles.
You give them a script.
Sit them down and work through the fucking game and give it to us for the love of God. Or crowdsource it. Put it on these forums with a bunch of weeaboos that can read Japanese.
Oh, yeah. It'll happen in a week, if that.
They've probably already translated it. There's probably like some freeware open source latent out there that fucking... Give us the game!
Oh, God, so annoying.
I'm going to learn how to read Japanese before this ever comes out. I swear to God, that's probably not
Right
true.
now. I'm sure 2 will come out this year. Hopefully.
You willing to bet something on that? You shave your head?
No. Hell no. No.
That would be cool. I would be very, very happy if you're right.
Yes.
So, next up is H.A.W.X.
H.A.W.X. So there's a new song by the amazing H.A.W.X. I mean,
Yes.
he's like a professional, dude.
Every one of his songs, the funny thing is you'll hear his songs, you're like, oh, that's pretty good. And then 30 seconds later, you're like, fuck! I'm humming his goddamn refrain. Like, he gets the choruses are very snappy.
Yes.
They get in your head.
And I love it. So basically, like, he's called I'm with the NTA,
Yeah.
and his lyricism is quite good. He actually added a bunch of different acronyms.
Yes. So here we go.
You got your FBI, you've got your CIA, you've got your ATF, but babe, I'm with the NTA. Let me hear you say, I'm with the NTA. Let me hear you say, I'm not an NPC, cause I'm a VIP. I've got a BFG, cause babe, I'm with the NTA. Let me hear you say, I'm with the NTA. Let me hear you say. So where do we go from here? Shall we drink boxed wine or a German beer? These are the golden days where the next generation here to stay. Okay, I'm with the NTA. So what do you say? Let me hear you say, I'm with the NTA. Let me hear you say, I'm not the NRA, I'm not the DEA, I'm not the NSA, cause babe, I'm with the NTA. Let me hear you say, I'm with the NTA. Let me hear you say, I'm playing DMC, I'm playing COD, I'm playing RPG, cause babe, I'm with the NTA. Let me hear you say, I'm with the NTA. Let me hear you say. So where do we go from here? Shall we drink boxed wine or a German beer? These are the golden days where the next generation here to stay. Okay, I'm with the NTA. So what do you say? Let me hear you say, come and join the NTA. Let me hear you say. Where do we go from here? Shall we drink boxed wine or a German beer? These are the golden days where the next generation here to stay. Okay, I'm with the NTA. So what do you say? Let me hear. Why don't you come and join the NTA? Let me hear you say. What do you say? Let me hear you say. I'm with the NTA. Let me hear you say. What do you say? Let me hear you. Why don't you come and join the NTA?
I'm with the NTA.
Not with the NSA.
Or the CIA.
Or the BFD. What? No. So, thank you very much, Hedge.
That was
Every one
awesome.
of your songs is awesome. I love that he just keeps kicking these out. That's his third song.
I know. Dude, it's almost like an EP at that point, a NooBTooB EP.
I know. I'm starting to think we could get to this point where it's like you take Locke, you take these other guys, you take Hedge. We could release a NooBTooB CD.
Dude,
we could release a CD of NooBTooB
PAX?
music at PAX.
Yeah, we can like give them away and stuff. That'd be pretty freaking
So if you guys are actually talented songwriters out there and you want to put some stuff together, not just like, a lot of times people just throw down a beat and just do a rap.
Yeah.
Like sing a song, show some skills, or if you really got rap skills, fine.
Yeah, but put a beat out.
Yeah,
under
do
it or
something. But
have some dancing hoochies, something, like anything.
I like that idea.
Yeah, well, video. Yeah, if you gotta have a rap, you need a video with hoochies.
I demand hoochies. So yeah, I think that'd be a really good idea to throw that together for PAX.
Why not?
So then finally, last up, we got King of Rapture's got a question for us.
Yeah, what's that?
Hey, Tobin and Yuzo, it's King of Rapture from the forums. I was reading on Wikipedia earlier and a few other sites that the producer of Iron Man is signing on to make Uncharted and Mass Effect movies to come out in around 2011, I think. So I was just wondering what you guys thought about that. That's about it. Yow.
Dude, Uncharted
Uncharted
would
the
make
movie!
the best
Uncharted the movie!
Wouldn't it be awesome? Who'd you pick for Nathan? Mal?
Yeah, I was just going to say that. Nathan Fillion, of course. Because I thought that was him anyway.
It's either got to be Nathan Fillion or the guy who actually did the voice. Because he did a
very good job.
He did the voice and the motion capture.
That's true. Actually, yes. So he's already proven that he can do the
As long as he
acting.
kind of looks like him.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's not. Hopefully he's not a big fat guy like I'm Nathan Drake.
You know it is, dude. He does like some huge, enormous dude with like acne, like one eye.
Yeah.
But I am fucking pumped about that, dude. An Uncharted movie, if they do it right, if they do it with a director that is not Lucas or Spielberg.
Or no. What's that other guy? What the fuck is his name?
Uwe Boll.
Uwe Boll, yeah.
Any of these guys, do it with a director that's done good stuff. Do it with the guy that did Seven. What's his name that does all those great movies? Fight Club.
Fincher.
Fincher. David Fincher. Do one of these guys.
Somebody. I mean, like even Favreau. Favreau did a great job with Iron Man.
Yeah, Jon Favreau did a great job on Iron Man. So
be pretty good.
yes, and hire Nathan Fillion. He deserves it.
Yes, or the fat guy that does the other thing.
Everybody deserves love.
Dude, how would you like the Mass Effect? Was it just like you in an elevator the entire time? Seriously, what are you gonna do?
I don't give a shit about Mass Effect.
All right, that's our show for the week. Check out our website at NooBTooB.com. Just about forums by clicking on the community tab at the top of the page.
That's right. If you're watching this video on YouTube, there's a subscription button right over here. And also rate this video with 5 stars by rubbing my lonely balls. That's all of this episode. Touch right there. Please, I'm waiting. Touch it. That's all of this episode. I'm Tobin Kozire.
I'm Yuzo Watanabe. Audio engineering for NooBTooB is done by Range Stinger Strunk. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next week.
Rope!
Yeah.
All right. Hello and welcome back. Today is March 11th, and this is episode 135 of NooBTooB, Weekly Pen Podcast, where my wingman and I, Goose... I need to start over again because I missed a whole bunch of words on that. All right. Hello and welcome back. Today is Wednesday, March 11th, and this is episode 135 of NooBTooB, Weekly Pen Podcast, where my wingman, Goose, and I feel the need. Fuck! Alright, I got this.